Hello and welcome to another Kids Talk Sports video. Today we will be going over the contending teams of the NBA, West and East, top four of both, and me and Ave will be comparing our top four and kind of discussing who we think will be the most successful in the NBA season. So I guess let's start with the West. Ave, what is your top four start from four, I guess?
I think is it easier down,
I
or
can
did it have to be from 4?
uh
Okay, so
you can do it either way. You can do it either way.
for number one, I don't want to say this, but I got LA, but I feel like they have made a lot of roster changes, so
You got
I don't know if it will
Lakers,
be.
right? I'm assuming
Yeah, that's the
Lakers.
Lakers. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So the Lakers, they're obviously good. They probably have like two of the top three players in the NBA. You got LeBron, and then you got AD, Anthony Davis, and I think they're probably going to be one of the top contending teams no matter what. But they made a lot of roster changes. Like they
Yeah,
traded Dwight Howard, they lost Rajon Rondo, and they gained some players too. But I think sometimes if you mess with
yeah.
stuff like
It's a
that,
different chemistry and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and sometimes if you mess with stuff like that, especially with a contending team like LA, I don't. Sometimes you can things can make a wrong turn and you would start to go decline.
Mhm.
So I put LA one for the beginning of the season, obviously because I haven't seen much of because preseason doesn't really matter. I know they're playing now, but preseason doesn't matter. So I put LA number one. As for number two, can you still hear me? Just making sure.
Yeah, you cut out. Okay, but ready? Three, two. Just say my number two is because yeah, you're kind of cutting
My
out.
number my, my number two would
Okay, well, wait.
probably
I'll count
be
you down. I'll count you down, so it's easier to edit. Okay, three, two, one.
my number two would probably be I'm actually gonna say I'll go with the Clippers because the Clippers I think with the Clippers it seems like they had the highest expectations of anybody in the playoffs and they failed, you know. So I think that it's just okay. So you don't have a real point guard if I'm being honest. I mean, Patrick Beverly's not a point guard. I
Mhm.
mean, he's not a real point guard and all. So you don't have a point guard, right? And then you have obviously Paul George got a max, so I expect him to play much better. If you don't play much better, bro, like I don't know, your legacy's probably ruined. You're probably like, you know, you
He
know.
said he's back with this new trainer, so we'll see.
I don't know if a trainer really matters. I mean, again, it's the bubble, but still, like you have to be at least somewhat consistent, even if it's only 10 points, because 10 points can make a difference in
Hmm.
any game. And and then you obviously got Kawhi Leonard, and I feel like Kawhi Leonard did his best. I don't blame Kawhi that much, but if you're not gonna get any support from anybody, I mean, there's really no point.
Yeah.
There's no. I'm not saying there's no point in trying, but I mean, like, you can't blame everything on Kawhi after he's basically done everything for you. I mean, he's already like the Clippers' leading playoff scorer, which is in his first year. So, so it's just. And then they picked up Serge Ibaka. I think they're trying to fix that center position because in the playoffs, I think Porzingis was all over them in the first round with the Mavericks. In the second round, obviously Jokic was all over them when they choked 3-1 lead. So, I think they were trying to get a good defender who can shoot, but I think that they have to be number two. But I think they're gonna be like one of those like they're gonna like it's gonna be one of those seasons where you have to prove yourself
Hmm.
because basically everybody's down on what happened last year. And then for number three, this is kind of tough, but I have to go with the Nuggets. I think I'm gonna go with the Nuggets because the Nuggets, especially after they ended the season last year, I know they were always down 3-1 and all, but Jamal Murray was putting up 30 plus consistently. That's what we expected Kawhi Leonard to do, right?
Mhm.
And then I think that I think he could, and he's very young too, which is like the most surprising part. If you can do that consistently and get older and more experience, he's
You said
probably
Mavericks, right?
he's on the Nuggets.
Oh, you said Nuggets. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't hear that. Okay, so Nuggets.
Yeah. So and then you got Jokic. Jokic, you got the Joker. Joker, he's an all-star and he's good. And you also got Michael Porter who's also ascending as well.
He's
So
good for sure.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that poster and I was like, geez. But I think they can be a good team, but obviously the playoffs. I just hope that they can be good because Jokic is not that athletic, but he's still an all-star every year. At least for me, he is. So I think it really helps to have like a center that can do everything. Score, get the rebound, and he's a really good passer too. So I think it really helps having the center like that. And then Jamal Murray, I understand it's kind of hard to put up like 40 plus every game, but still,
Yeah,
he was really tired. But if he can do that consistently, he's definitely an MVP candidate.
yeah, but it's not gonna be 40. I think he might be able to do that in the playoffs again, but I'm thinking he'll probably be like, definitely better than last year. I didn't really know much about him till the playoffs last year, but
I
uh,
know that's the thing. I mean, I knew who he was, but I didn't expect him to
yeah,
do.
exactly. Like I didn't know he was gonna be the 40 point.
I thought Jokic would do basically what he does,
Yeah,
but I didn't think Jamal Murray would go off like that. And as for number 4, I'm gonna go with the Warriors because the Warriors now have Curry back, and I know they don't have Clay, but I think that they were very good without KD. And then that's what we wanted to see last year, but Clay
yeah,
had the torn ACL, so he wasn't able to play. And then Curry broke his hand in the middle of the season. When he came back, he just wasn't the same. But now that they're relaxed because they didn't play in the bubble, so they're like relaxed and ready to go. So I think they can make a good run. Obviously, having Clay does hurt. Having doesn't like you can't if you don't have Clay, it's really
yeah,
hard. But I think that Curry will be able to make it work. And they have a great coach too. I think he's like one of the more underappreciated coaches because I know they have talent all over the team, but I think that he's still a really good coach. And I know they picked up Kelly Oubre, and I've been watching him in the preseason, and he's been getting 15 points, about 15 points every game. I know I said preseason doesn't mean anything, but if you're scoring, I mean, 15 points is a lot for if you're not trying in the preseason because you're not trying to get injured. I think he can be good. He was also very good last year too when Phoenix went on that undefeated run in the bubble.
yep,
So I think that he will be really good. And you got Andrew Wiggins. He's like a hit and miss type of player because he can be really good at times, but sometimes he can be so bad it feels like he doesn't even need to be a bench player. So if he can play really well, and obviously you got Draymond Green too, but he's just a defending type of guy. So if they can all play really well, that the Warriors might move up
yeah,
more.
yeah. We'll see. This is definitely a test for Curry because first off, he missed last season most of it, and
Yeah.
now Clay, who's a huge help.
After tearing the ACL, he tore his
Yeah,
Achilles.
yeah. So anyway, so all right, so I'll be basically most of that mine's similar, so I won't take up much time. I got Lakers up also. Same thing. They're LeBron, AD. LeBron's not going to play that hard in the regular season, but he's got AD. Uh,
Mhm.
I think AD's definitely like top 3 in the league for sure.
Mhm.
And then Clippers. Yeah, I expect Paul George. He better be really good this year um, because he just signed that max deal. So yeah, I got Clippers second. I think that was a huge choke last year. I did not expect that. So
Everybody expected them to go to the finals and probably win
yeah,
too.
I expected it to be Lakers Clippers in the semis, but yeah, and
Yeah.
then here is this. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with the Mavericks here at number 3. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go Warriors here. I
Nice.
think Curry. I think he's that good. It's facts.
I think he's that good, but I don't know how he'll. I mean, preseason is different. I mean, he's playing really well. I think he put up 30 like a couple of days ago. But
he's
I think
hurt. So like, I mean, you can't argue with that.
I know, but how would you react to when everybody's trying to play and trying to win after coming off a broken hand, especially if it's shooting hand?
Yeah. So we'll see how that. But it's Steph Curry, guys. I'm sorry. So then last, I think I will go with the Mavericks. So yeah, because I mean, let's be honest. Luka is just getting better. So I just expect more good things from him. So
But do you think he can do that all by himself?
Yeah, I think he can. I think he'll probably
Just stop seeing last year. I don't know anymore because after the Clippers choked a 3-1 lead, I'm not sure that he was actually that good, and the Clippers were just making him look good.
That's true. So, and I mean, I think it's definitely close with the Nuggets and Mavericks. They're really close, but I mean, you don't want to see the exact same list for me and Albe. So,
and I think one team that people are sleeping on the Trailblazers too. I mean, Lillard is just
top. They're probably 6 or so. And Houston, I think they're a lost cause now. But okay,
especially if they trade Harden. If they trade Harden, just like a quick touch on that. If they trade Harden, they're basically not even an NBA team. They're just a college team.
Yeah, which he's demanding a trade, but we'll see. So, all right, Albe went first for the West, so I'll go first for the East. I think first, I've got the Bucks.
I can't believe it, dude.
Giannis is like, and he doesn't have very many like good second people. So I mean, but it's Giannis. I just think he's getting better every year, and I'll just move.
Yeah, but is he really the number one team in the East?
I don't know. It's close with this team.
The Celtics are number 2.
Yes, sir.
You're crazy.
Jason Tatum. I'm telling you, they're a young team and they've got talent for sure.
Yeah.
Well, maybe actually I'll change that. I think the team that goes before that is the Nets.
Thank you. I thought I was gonna say, man, you gotta take KD and Kyrie.
So, but Bucks, I think they stay first. It's close with the Nets for sure. And then we have, Celtics here. So, because Nets. Yeah,
why are you gonna put the Heat? Why Celtics over Heat?
I think the Heat got lucky last year. I'm still like in shock that they got to the finals. I mean, Jimmy Butler. I don't know how that happened, but I still think the Celtics are most likely better. I don't know why I forgot about the Nets, but they're either 1 or 2 with the Bucks. They're pretty close with the Bucks, and I know that Obe's going to put them first, so why not change it up a bit? And the last team, we'll go with Miami. I mean, they're definitely good, obviously, because they got to the finals, but I'm not sure how they got to the finals. Jimmy Butler, he's good. Hero, all those people. They have a lot of like good role players. So I definitely think they're top 4 team, but Nets and Bucks, those are pretty neck and neck.
All right. So for my top 4, I'm gonna go Nets number 1. I think you already expected that because actually, I'm gonna change that because I don't know how Durant's gonna come out. I don't know how Durant's gonna come off the Achilles after not playing, about 2 years. So I'm gonna put the Heat number 1. Man, they have so many role players. And Duncan Robinson, great year. Jimmy Butler, great year. Bam, great year. I mean, Tyler Hero, he's good too. And then, they have so many weapons. You don't know what to expect from anybody. Sometimes these people will have an off day, but then, Tyler Hero put up 37 if everybody's not playing well. And, sometimes the whole team's playing bad and Jimmy Butler will put up 40. So,
Exactly.
Okay. And then number 2, I have to go with I'm actually going to go with I'm I'm gonna go with the Nets here. I'm gonna go Nets number 2 because obviously, even if Kevin Durant is 80% or 85%, he's still a beast.
Yeah.
And then Kyrie Irving, is Kyrie Irving, but I want to see because he hasn't been playing well with like other superstars. Like he didn't let obviously LeBron probably took most of his shine in Cleveland. Then you have the Celtics where he went to Celtics, and they seem like the teammates didn't want to play with him either.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's like he's a James Harden type of player where he has no other all stars or whatever. But and also there's the trade rumors that Harden might come to the Nets, which would make them even better.
Yeah, but I don't.
But to be honest, I don't know if they can play with that many stars and still have a good chemistry like that.
Yeah, and also,
because
that's not going to happen because the Rockets get to choose where he goes. They're never going to do that and ruin their own chances.
yeah,
That's
so
too.
I got the but and also Karis LeVert is a great player. And I think he's one of the most underrated players in the NBA. So, I think that they go number 2. As for number 3, I'm going to put this. I'm gonna put the Celtics. I'm gonna put the Celtics too, because with the Bucks, I just don't know because we've seen like I think the Heat are way better than the Bucks. They shut down Giannis so bad. Like it wasn't. I know he had the injury in Game 3, but it's just that even the first 2 games, Game 1 and Game 2, they were both close and all, but they were just able to shut him down, and everybody was surprised. And
dude,
even
the Bucks, if they're going to be successful this next year, where I have them 1, I mean, I probably should put the Nets 1, but come on, let's make this interesting. If the Bucks want to play like a number 1 team in the East, they need their role players and like other players besides Middleton and Giannis to step up because without like they just don't have enough like they need like a third like decent player like Middleton to.
They did pick up Drew Holiday. I don't know if that makes a difference at all, but
Yeah,
they did
I
pick
mean, they still need like Harden might go to the Bucks. That would be.
Harden might go to the Heat.
Yeah. So like either of those, I would like to see that because that will definitely make either team probably the number 1 besides the Nets. So yeah, that would be interesting. But anyways, your last one.
I'm going to also back to I think I didn't say much with the Celtics, but the Celtics have Jason Tatum. I think people are sleeping on him being in the MVP conversation. He's a great player. Jaylen Brown improved. Also, Marcus Smart was shooting so well from 3. I think he was like shooting like 50, 60% somewhere in there, which is like really good for him because he's not known as for his shooting. He's known for his defense, but he was still able to, get the job done. I think losing Gordon Hayward hurts.
Yeah.
Because, obviously he went to Charlotte with LaMelo Ball. But I think they are still a really good team. Obviously, you got Kemba Walker. I don't know how I forgot him, but you got Kemba Walker. And I think he wasn't playing well that well in the playoffs. But if he can play well, that team is really dangerous because, Kemba Walker he can be so good if he just hits like his highest potential. I mean, every player can do that, but he has like a really high ceiling. So I have the Celtics at number 3, and I think they picked up a center, but I don't remember who it is. So, but at number 4, I got the Bucks.
Yep, I knew it.
And I'm saying it because I've seen people be able to like the Raptors when they won a ring, they stopped them. Mm-hmm. When obviously last year the Heat stopped them. Yeah, so it's not impossible to stop him, and it's very it's very achievable to stop him.
Yeah, that's why I think that the Bucks need another like someone like that can score. Some other.
Yeah, but you gave Giannis all that money. Who else are you gonna sign?
Yeah, I know, right? That's the problem. So, yeah,
and then,
I don't know.
And then I feel like, I think And as for Chris Middleton, he was inconsistent. I mean, he did win when it mattered. I think he put up like 40 in the final game where they actually won against the Heat. I think it was game 4. So I think that he's very inconsistent too. And I don't their bench players are so bad. I don't want to say bad because they can,
Yeah.
but they just I feel like they don't do enough to win. I mean, they do enough to win in the regular season, but
Yeah.
they don't do enough to do stuff in the playoffs,
Hmm.
which is really necessary
But yeah, that's the only thing that matters.
because you have all these, your star players are going to be the focus of other teams. Like for Miami, it was Giannis and Middleton too, to some degree. But I think that, they were able to stop Giannis. They were able to stop Middleton for a while. And then who's left?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need, but whenever you're right, whenever you sign Giannis for like the biggest contract ever in NBA history, you don't have any money to sign someone. So
Right.
yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But I do believe that they need like it's kind of late now, but they need someone to be able to score for them. I don't know who they really drafted, but because they were probably pretty far down. But last thing we can close out with is let's just say top 2 teams overall.
I'm gonna go Lakers and I'm gonna go Lakers and Heat, obviously,
Okay,
because
so
it's
yeah,
nice.
1-1 for both sides. Uh, I think yeah, it's Lakers for sure for me, and I think I'll go Clippers. I think that on paper, that like basically it's like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard compared to like KD and
The
Kyrie.
Clippers are a type of Heat, but I think they have more depth. But the
Yeah,
problem is,
that
yeah, the
like they
problem is,
choked last year. That just makes me lose confidence in them. Like, how do you choke a 3-1 lead when you like? It's like I could tell they weren't trying. It looked like they weren't trying like any of the other games that they were up 3-1, and then all of a sudden it's game 7 and they lose. So like,
yeah. And
I don't know.
also,
I
it's
feel
the
like
fact that I don't know how. I think that in the game 7, like of the Nuggets and Clippers, they were losing by 20. Jamal Murray put up 40 on them.
yeah,
And then I think Paul George and Kawhi Leonard combined for less than 20 points,
yeah.
which
So
is shameful.
yeah, I expect that the Clippers, like if Paul, because I agree. I think the Nets, if KD's coming off a big injury for him, so I want to see what he is, how he recovers in like in real season, not preseason. So
Mhm.
and also Katie and Kyrie haven't really played together at all besides preseason. So that's why I think that's why I put them number 2. Bucks
I
is
think you put the Warriors a little too high. I
yeah,
think you put the Warriors a little too high.
I'm trusting Steph Curry. So yeah, I go Lakers and Clippers because I definitely think the Clippers, if they play like they should be on paper, then they're definitely top 2, top 3. So yeah, anything else to add?
I think that majority of the stuff we got right. Like we had similarities. I think the Bucks and the Heat. You had Bucks 1, I had Bucks 4. You had Heat 4, I had Heat 1.
Yeah,
I don't know what makes you think that Luka can carry the team all by himself, but it's fine. And
yeah,
also they lost Seth Curry, so
yeah.
that's a
So
big.
and the last thing I want to close out with is I definitely think the East this year for sure, adding the Nets to the conversation made it like last year the West it seemed was so much better. So I think the East like now is actually like sort of even now.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah, it's
mean,
definitely gonna be an interesting season with Katie and Kyrie. I haven't seen them really play much. I've just seen highlights from preseason. But yeah, and Giannis just signed a huge deal. So yeah, we'll see. Uh,
also, what do you think your top 3 MVPs just before we end the video?
okay, yeah, maybe we can do a video on this. But I'm gonna say probably top 3 is LeBron, AD, and Giannis.
Why you keep adding Giannis, especially after they lost in 5 games? You don't deserve to win MVP ever again. You already won 2.
Yeah, well, you're right. He already won, so maybe Luka then.
Yeah, I would put Luka, obviously LeBron because the media loves LeBron,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna say either Curry or Lillard. Is
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
The only thing with LeBron, the problem is that he said he's not going to try very hard, which we all know is going to happen because
He's saving all his energy for the playoffs.
Yeah, so that's the only reason he wouldn't. But yeah, like you said, the media loves him, so wouldn't be a surprise if he won it. But yeah, honestly, I think AD will have a great season, and Luka has like no one else on his team, so he's gonna have to carry. And then
I mean,
yeah,
Porzingis is good and all, but he's just not.
he's not MVP. So yeah, you guys can let us know maybe what you think top 3 MVP would be in the comments, but maybe we'll make a video on that.
Also, Raptors are not on the list, but they're a good team too.
Yeah, they're definitely good. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, check out our recent videos. We've got a lot more coming.
Go Blue.